Hello. Okay, so today is day number 3. So yesterday we talked about finding your perfect prospect. And today we are actually going to be talking about pulling that person to you. So over the last 2 days, it was more of the mindset. And then tomorrow we're actually going to be pulling up the whiteboard and I'm going to be doing some drawing and illustrations. And it'll be kind of the beginning of creating that funnel, right? The sales message and the offer, putting it together and building and showing you how to build a relationship and doing it on autopilot, which is awesome. One of my favorites, and that's what really attracted me to this whole business, is finding leads without chasing friends and family and making phone calls. And I know I've gone over that a lot, but to me it's so exciting. So I hope that you share this excitement. And so how does this all work? So yesterday we talked about your perfect prospect, and I hope that really helped you yesterday. And so who is it that you want to target? And so if you really are not sure really who you want to target yourself, and target what you struggled with. And what you struggle with and what you needed answers to, and so that's really the key to it all, right? The secret. Target yourself. I was actually talking to a friend yesterday, and I'm telling her, what I've been working on and studying marketing and teaching teaching these courses, because I've been doing this for years. And I said I've picked it up again, and I'm really going to automate it. And she was really excited because she's actually also in marketing, but she has a maintenance working on trucks and kind of thing, and mechanic shop, and they're building a system online for the mechanic shop. And she says, yeah, you know what? Yesterday I told my husband that I'm having a really hard time identifying as a 40-year-old male, and we kind of both laughed because you kind of have to think, okay, well, how does your target think? And so that's why the easiest it is, it's so much easier to identify as yourself and say, okay, well, what did I struggle with? What kind of things do I want to focus on? Because honestly, it's so much easier. It's her husband's business, and so she's actually helping with the whole marketing side of things. And so, yeah, she's got to identify herself, and think, okay, well, how does a 40-year-old male think? And how do you advertise for a 40-year-old male? And because that's who's going to be fixing trucks and buying parts. And so that's why this is so much easier, identifying as yourself, thinking, okay, well, who's my perfect prospect, and really narrowing it down to think, okay, well, what did I struggle with? What did I want? And what's the answers to that? And how can I help the people where they're at? And so that's what really this is all about. And so target yourself. And so for me, I was frustrated, network marketer, MLM, or whatever you want to call it. And I didn't want to do the home parties. I didn't want to do the phone calls, right? And so it was kind of like, well, what do I do? How do I build my business and automate it? I didn't have a lot of time. And so I thought, I want to, you're always paying for a customer somehow, right? It's either through your time, doing these home parties, doing those phone calls, doing all these meetings, or you're paying with money, or you're going to invest your time once. And so I was like, I want to invest my time once, automate it, make money, how do I want to do this? Well, I want to not spend my time over and over and over again. I want to duplicate. And I want to be able to my team to duplicate. So if I can make a video once and make it for myself, make it for my team, and be able to bring people in on autopilot, that's how I'm going to build it. And so I'm going to leverage my time because my time's important. I'm a mother of 5. I work full time, more on full time. I work 15-hour days, and I'm about to have a bit of a nap so that I can work tonight for 15 hours. So I start my shift. I leave home at 4:30 in the afternoon. I get home at 7:30 in the morning. And so so it's busy. How can I leverage my time so that I can have multiple streams of income? I can bring out and work at network marketing and be successful, and not only just bring a couple $1,000s in my month like in income, but really replace my husband's income, possibly replace mine. But I have realized that the quiet times at work is where I can really process and think and plan, and so it's become valuable to me. So we'll see. But it's just trying to get those extra time and piece things in. Like, how do you do this? So then that's when I think, okay, well, that's who my perfect prospect is. Who else would want to leverage their time, build it once, use what I have already built to prospect to, and so then that's, I think, okay, well, who would I want to have in my business? And so that's what really you have to kind of dial down and figure out for yourself, because you can build it, automate it, push the button, and it will work for you. And so that's what's really exciting. And so that's what I'm building. And then, you can hand it to your downline so that you can duplicate, because I have had my upline is awesome. I love her. And she is like always there to help everybody. And so that's one of the problems, is because she's answering the same questions over and over and over again, 7 levels down from her downline. So that is a lot of time. And how can I automate it? And so that's what this is about. Okay, so I went on a little bit of a tangent there, not planned. And so I hope that'll make sense. And so when I know who my prospect is, what bait can I attract to, or what bait can I create? What magnet can I create to attract people to me, bring people to me, so that I can give them, so that I can help solve their problems right now, and begin that relationship with them. So that's what this is all about. That's what this video is about. And so what can I create, to start talking to people like me that struggled with those things, and who want to create. I really like prospecting to busy people, because they tend to get things done, and they leverage their time. They think, okay, I got 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, I'm gonna spend my family time here, and they schedule and they make it happen. And so that's why, I love busy people. So how do you create that magnet? And what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a bait, something that I can give a value, so I can teach somebody something. Value is just, it's people pay more for value. But I want to be able to give things away for free, so that people are like, hey, you know what? I want to join that person. I'm going to set myself apart from everybody else, because everybody sells the exact same thing, right? I was selling the exact same thing as my upline, and everybody sells the same thing in my company. So how can I make myself different, that people will come and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to join this person or that person. I want to join Crystal. That is who I want to join. And so that's what I'm doing, right? With creating value for other people, and creating these videos to teach people about marketing, because network marketing does not teach people about marketing. It's kind of misnamed, because they teach people how to sell, right? And they try to sell to everybody, and they don't narrow it down to the exact person that they want to talk to. They try to think, okay, well, I want to sell people who want to buy the product and join the opportunity, and are all in different sides, walks of life. And so how do I do that? And so I actually create, so these videos, these 5 videos, is a bit of a building a relationship, and they're free to give away to people, and I'm building a relationship with people, teaching them um, what, to help them with what they're struggling with right now. And so that's what these videos are about, and say, hey, if you give me your email address, I'm going to build this relationship with you. These are what you're going to get for free, and it's an exchange, and so so we had talked a little bit about that yesterday too, and about the friction points, and the more you ask them, the more you get them to answer, the more time that they put into, the more valuable of a lead they're going to be, and the further that they get through all of these things that you give them, or get them, and so that's what this is about. And so for a free, like, you can give them a free report. Like when you're thinking of your what can you give them, right? You can give them a free report. I've given them like free videos, right? And you can give them, checklist, like how to get started. You can give them a book, like Eric Worre. I know he does the book, right? Like, and so he has a book that he gives away. And so how can you help them in the business? It's not about you, it's about the person. How can you help them? And helping is actually the new selling. And so you provide answers for your target market. And I know that I've beat that, like, I've to a dead horse, right? Like, and so the one who leads with help will sell more. So you're going to go to the person that's helping you, instead of the person that's trying to sell to you. Instead of saying, hey, join my opportunity. Hey, join my opportunity. Hey, I'm drinking my shake from home today. I'm working from home today. Everybody's seen those things on the, everybody's seen those things on Facebook, right? And join my opportunity. Look at what I have. I'm drinking my favorite shake. And I've done that too, because I didn't know any better. And so then when you start knowing better, then you can know better how to market, how to sell to people. And so you lead with value. You say, okay, I'm going to help you with where you're at. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to show you how to do this better. I'm going to, really show you. And then you're starting to build that relationship with people. You're not blasting out your product. You're delivering real value instead. So you could say, hey, here's 10 steps to how to drop your time in your triathlon. Hey, here's 10-step how to get, or like 3 ways to get rid of bloating, and whatever that might be. Oh my goodness, I hear my 4-year-old crying in the back in the background. And so then when you create value and you give them value, then you're invited into their world. You're invited into the world. You're invited to be like, hey, can I know more? And then you're able to build that relationship to a deeper level, right? And so you become the trusted advisor, and it's the essence of marketing versus prospecting. You're not chasing people down, and then all of a sudden people come to them. Because what do businesses do? Businesses, there's a business, right? And they advertise the problem that they're gonna solve. Hey, I'm gonna do XYZ, right? I'm gonna fix your truck. Going back to the that kind of thing. I'm gonna fix your truck for you, and they advertise the problem that they're gonna solve. So how can we become network marketers? Become more like businesses to bring people to us instead of us chasing them. And so that's what this is about. So first, here are my steps into trying to prospect somebody. Okay, so number 1, you figure out who that you are going to target. And so we've really talked a lot about that. But then what do they love? What do they want? What needs do they need to have met? And we had talked about this yesterday as well, that the thing you sell them actually creates more problems, right? So if I decide I want to be in the Olympics and I'm a skater, I'm gonna have more problems. I'm gonna have to figure out, okay, how am I gonna train? I'm probably gonna have to eat better. I'm gonna have to find a new trainer. I'm gonna have to solve all these problems. A couple weeks ago, there was Mother's Day, and I was given this plant, these 2 lilac bushes, and a pink for the girls and purple for from the boys, and so they gave me these 2 lilac bushes, and they planted them for me, and I was like, wow, thank you. And just, you buy these plants, you can't just leave them in the pots. They came with new problems, right? Okay, well, now I had to plant it, now I had to get soil, and so they had more new problems. But then when we planted them, all of a sudden the deer started coming and eating them after the first night. Actually, the first night the deer came and they started eating them. And so we had to like put stakes in the ground and put a fence around it to protect them. And so then they came with new problems, and I was kind of looking at this chuckling and be like, yeah, this is exactly like marketing. And when I'm learning something, it just seems like everything's relevant. And so I was like, oh yeah, this is new problems, and follow-up problems. Okay, well, how can I solve people's problems when they buy a new product, when they join an opportunity, and so how can we keep our difference? And actually, I go a lot deeper in that in the new course. So if you click that button below this video, it actually talks about follow-up problems. What kind of follow-up problems is your opportunity, your product going to have? And so click on that button, because it's really simple and easy to figure out when you know this. And that's, I hope you have value in that, because that's not what I was planning to talk about today. Anyway, and so you're not blasting with your product. You're not, you're actually creating the value. All right, so then when you find your target market, you know what they love, what they need, what they want, and you're beginning to, then you can create a solution for them, whether it's checklist, video, how to, a blog, right? Like all of these different things. You figure out what they want, what you can give them, and you get invited into their life, into their surrounding. You're able to ask more questions and talk to more people, and then you are now all of a sudden the expert, because you've helped them with something. When you go to the store, and like, say you go to the store and you say, hey, I want to buy a barbecue, and you go and buy the barbecue, and somebody's like, hey, can I help you? Oh, well, I want a barbecue. So they say, okay, well, you know what? These are the barbecues we have. These are the features, and they help you with buying that thing that you want. And then they say, hey, you're gonna need some charcoal to make the barbecue work, right? To put in the bottom of the barbecue. And you say, oh yeah, can I get some like charcoal, or like the bricks, right? Like you know what I mean. And so then they put that in the bottom of the barbecue, and hey, are you gonna need some hot dogs and maybe some hamburger buns to put on that barbecue? And then people help them with the current situation and what they want. And then they give them what they need, right? And then they're creating that relationship with them. And so that's what this is. That's kind of the same process. This is the same process that we're building to them too, right? And then you become the expert. You become the authority, and then you build that relationship with them, and people actually want to buy from you, right? They don't want to. They don't buy from a company. They might go to a dealership and they might hate that salesperson. They will not buy that from that person. They buy from you. And so you create that relationship, you create that value, you create the stories, and they relate with the stories that you tell them. And so then once you build that relationship, you sell them the services. So then you can have the opportunity to sell your downline, your opportunity to them. You can help them, and show them how to be successful and how to deliver the MLM, right? And so then you can sell them on the back end once you've developed this relationship. And so that's what this whole process is about. And so instead of leading with your opportunity, you're solving problems, building that relationship. And so this might seem really obvious, but what do network marketers want? Network marketers want leads. They want sales. They want, that's with the business that they're already in. So how can you help them with those things, right? So you're marketing the business that they're already in. You're helping with them with the business that they're already in. You're being the advisor, you're being the coach, you have a fantastic magnet, and then it allows you to build that relationship with them. And so that's what this is about. But I'm going to warn you, and I'm going to tell you that 95% of those people who come into your funnel, because they come into what you're offering them, they won't be ready to buy from you. 95% of the people won't actually come into your business, and that's okay, because I'm not the one doing the prospecting. I'm not the one doing the chasing of the people, because they might love what they're in, but they actually either disqualify themselves of being in your downline, or you disqualify them. Maybe they're not someone who you want to work with, and so because you choose who you work with, and so you make the rules, you put it together, you decide who you're going to work with, and you want somebody, you'll actually be able to see who's the go-getters and who's going to bring who you want to bring down into your downline, and you don't want the people who are going to be a project, that are going to be a lot of work, and who you're going to have to come on, go, right? You're going to have the people who you have to push, you'll be able to identify who's that, and we'll show you how. I'll show you how, I guess, and that's actually more in the paid course. It's kind of over and above what we're talking about here, and so a no today doesn't mean a no forever, right? It could be later on. You could be like, okay, you know what? Later on, they could hear another opportunity and they'd say, no. If I join anybody, I'm going to join Crystal, or put your name in here, right? And that's what you want, right? And so it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's about building the relationships. But the great thing is once you create it, you can create those relationships with a push of a button. And that's what I love about this, because it leverages this time. And so you put your value and your opportunity in front of as many people as you can, and you see who's a great fit. You design it, you create it, and then you keep pressing the button, and you have people checking it out and joining you while you even sleep. And so that's what's really awesome and really cool. The number one thing that they're saying in their head, what questions are they asking? And if you answer these questions, they will join you. And so there's 5 of them. And even if they don't join you, there is another option. They can create it themselves. But what are the 5 questions that people are going to ask that you have to answer before they'll join you? So first of all, who are you? So my name's Crystal Peregrine, right? Who are you? And that's why, network marketing companies teach you to go to your warm market, is because some of these questions are answered for them. And so I'm going to go through the questions. Who are you? What do you have? Why should they listen to you? Can they do this? And is it worth it? And so those are the 5 questions. So let's go through them. 1, who are you? I'm Crystal Peregrine. What do you have? I have this awesome opportunity, and I'm actually not going to tell you what network marketing company I am in, because I do this for my network marketing company, because I think, and that's actually the best person to learn from. My mentor is a network marketer as well, and they've done 5 years of trial and error. I think it's very important to have mentors and people to learn from. And so I've actually paid people to learn, and so this is the system that they use, and they've found it very successful, but it cuts down my time to be successful. And that's what's awesome about about having mentors, is you either have to learn some way. Either you have to learn from your time, or you learn from somebody else's time and leverage somebody else's time to get them to teach you what they have discovered, what was successful. So he's actually put like 5 years into developing this whole system and seeing what works. And he's like, oh my goodness, this works. And he has actually 3 people applying to join his downline, actually filling out an application every day. And I'm like, I want that. I want that. And so he's created a teaching system, and I've kind of done a similar thing, and then this is actually what you're in right now. And so what do you have? Okay, so let's go through the questions again, because I did follow a rabbit down the rabbit hole there. Is who are you, Crystal Peregrine? What do you have? This awesome opportunity. And why should I listen to you? You know, I'm generating a lot of leads. I'm doing it automatically, right? I'm not talking to friends and family. And, you know, this is absolutely amazing. I'm doing it, you know, leveraging my time. And they're high quality leads that work in the business. And so question 4 would be, can I do this also? So a lot of the best way to answer this often is through testimonials. Testimonials is probably the best way, is because people are like, oh, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And that's what got me about Stephen Larson is my mentor, who I've been learning from, and that's one thing that he tells a story of how someone who he taught, who followed his exact system, had 200 people join his downline in 2 weeks, and so he has systems and trainings all set up to walk them through the process. And so that's what I've created as well, systems to walk through the process. So when somebody, like if somebody does recruit 200 people in 2 weeks, well, what are they going to follow? Well, okay, well, here's your 30 days step by step process. And this is what I've created, is a 30 days. Okay, watch this video, do this assignment. Watch this video, learn this. You need to know these things. And it's an exact 30 days what you do to get those same results. And so that is what, you know, and so then you can handle those many people coming in, and people coming in automatically. And so you just share those testimonials, and you future pace them. So what does future pace mean? Future pacing means getting them to picture themselves in that situation. And so actually my husband and I went to go get our boat serviced. We need to get an oil change and things done to our boat. And so we went and walked into the dealership, and they were like, oh my goodness, I have this boat, and if I was to have this boat, this is the boat I would go for. And they're telling the stories of the boats and the fun and stuff that they've had with their boats. And you listen to these stories and you think, oh, well, I want to buy a boat all over again, right? Like, or buy a better boat, but you hear these stories, and same thing that people do with real estate, right? They take you through the house, and oh, could you imagine little Johnny, you know, playing in this play area, and this is your room, you know, like you could put this over here and that over here, and they future pace them, getting them to picture themselves in that situation, into that business, into the, you know, whatever, the house or the boat or whatever you have. You know, when you go buy a car, you test drive it. You picture yourself driving that, right? And so that's called future pacing. How would it fit into their lives? And then you've completed this question. And then question number 5. So question number 5 is it worth it? Well, would it be worth it for you if you had people asking you to join your downline and automating it? Yes. And that's the question that I answered too. Like, would it be worth it for me? Would it be worth it for you? How would it be? How would it feel to have those people join your downline on autopilot? And then you're just talking to the people who have already qualified themselves to be the prospect. And so testimonials do help with this as well. You talk about what other people have done with it, right? And you stop promoting what it is and start promoting what it does, and how it's going to help them. And so, most people, actually what most people do is they say, oh, well, this is our company, it's awesome, it's great, it has this awesome compensation plan, whatever it is, right? Oh, well, they have all of these chemicals, like 2,000 chemicals that is cut from their products, banned from their products, which is a bit of a selling product to me, or a point to me, because I want all those chemicals out of my products, but that's not what initially attracted me to my network marketing company. I had a problem, right? And so my problem was I was extremely I was constipated. I hate talking about it. I was constipated. I was bloated. I was like losing my hair. I was just felt terrible and awful, and my skin was breaking out all over the place. And I was like, what in the world? And it had gone on for a long time, and I had tried all kinds of things. And then I was like, I have to try something. And then I had remembered this product that my parents used, and I was using some of their products for 12 years already. And I thought, okay, I've got to try that nutritional products. And so I began to try them and use them, and I saw the results. And so you don't sell the product, you sell what it does. Whether it's, it'll make your ex jealous with how good you're gonna look, right? Like I lost 23 pounds within 2 months. You use those kind of things. But that wasn't the only thing. I felt awesome. I felt good again. I could move. I could run with my kids again. I had my memory back, because I was forgetting all kinds of things that it was making all kinds of problems. So what does it do? Sell the benefits, not the features. You sell the flavor and the health benefits of an apple, but not the apple. And so you sell them. It gives you freedom. It lets you pay, fire your boss. You pay the bills, right? And it's what the product does, not what it is. All right, I think you sell the warmth, not the coat. And so why am I buying the product? Am I buying the benefit or the product? What are you buying? So I've really beat that, but I hope you get that. I hope you understand that. And examples of people who've used the product, and testimonials of what it does. Can I do this also? And so you get the prospect to envision themselves using the business, being in your business before they even join. And so one of the best key things to do is to promote your marketing strategy. When I actually, with my downline, I give them these videos to be able to promote to other people, to help other people learn marketing as well. And I say, okay, well, you keep the profit. And because when you get people to join your downline, it's going to benefit me too. So how do you benefit yourself? Right? And so then it doesn't just help me get more people into my business, but it helps my downline get more people and make them successful as well. So show them the list, show them the security, and then you get into business for themselves, but not by yourself. And so you promote yourself, really, is what you're doing. And so business people are actually really good at understanding the investment, right? And so it's an understanding of the investment involved. I spend tons of money on education, and learning from people, from mentors, and so then I'm implementing what I've learned, and I'm seeing what works, and what doesn't work, and I'm learning from other people's experiences to what works and what doesn't work, and then they are like, don't do this, but do this, and try this, and then there's a free way, which is really expensive for time, but there's an expense. Well, actually, the expensive way is more time, because time I can never get back, and that's why I'd rather pay somebody, really. And so people are trying to do it the free way, but it's really more costly. And so, so I hope that it makes sense. I hope you understand that. And so, all right. So what are you gonna get? Like, you actually become the person that you want to attract. And so you're not the, like, if you are not successful and you are trying to make money on purpose, right? So you are, if you're not trying to make money on purpose and you're not successful, that's who you're going to attract. So who do you want to attract? And so people, that float downriver, don't do anything in their business, they're going to be the same way when they join you. And so then they'll become projects, and you'll have to, try to push them to try to be successful. And so when you're learning and when you're spending the money, investing the money, that's who you're going to attract. And so I actually encourage people who join my network marketing business to get in love with the products, because then they have that testimony, right? They have their experience with the product. And so once you invest in your education, you have a clear picture and you can really answer the question, can I do this also? So picture yourself, how would it feel like to get 12 leads a day? And how would it feel like to have people begging you to join your downline instead of you begging them to join? It makes a big difference, right? And people are excited about joining you instead of you trying to convince them. And so 1, you have to promote yourself. 2, you got to, and bring value to those people, right? 2, you have to promote your team's marketing systems and strategies before they join you. And you future pace them, letting them imagine how it's going to feel, right? And you say, check this out. When you join, you're actually going to get answers and you're going to have these things, right? And then 3, you promote your opportunity. And so, yeah, I hope that really answers things for you. And so your business, I'm going to actually read this here. Let's see, your business and your income will grow to the extent that you do. And so to recap what we've gone through, I think that's all I have for you today. I hope it really helped you and really got like a lot of value. And so number 1, don't target friends and family, target yourself and people like you. Helping is the new selling. Provide answers. The best lead magnet for somebody already in business is to help with their current business. And a no today doesn't mean a no for the future. Stop promoting what is and start promoting what it does and how you're going to help them do it. The most important thing that you can answer for your prospect is, can I do this also? Envision themselves, help them envision themselves in your business by promoting your marketing strategy. I hope that has created a lot of value. I hope that helps. And please comment, share, put your comments below. I'd love to hear them. And I look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to bring out the whiteboard. We're going to start talking about the one reason anyone would ever join your business. It's one word answer. So what would that be? People buy from you. They don't buy from the company. They want that attractive character. They relate with you. And so how do we become profitable from the leads who say no to your business? So it's really, really powerful stuff. And so then you can actually pay for ads, because ads for me, that's the fastest way to get people to see these videos and get the word out. I don't like spending my time trying to prospect. There's a couple ways that I prospect without paying for it, but money's just faster. Okay, well, this video has become a lot longer than I had wanted it to, but I want to show you how to put ads out there without having to pay for them. And so that might be like an oxymoron, but I look forward to tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had value. Put a comment below, click on the button, get the full course, and up above you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you can see the full course. You can actually click on those links and see the full course. So if for some reason you buy and these emails stop coming, just go through all those teachings up on the top, and it will actually go through all 5 courses, and it'll prepare for you for the paid course, which is down below, the link down below this video, and then we'll go deeper into this, and I'm so super excited. It's a completely new journey, and it is just something new and exciting, and it works. Okay, thanks. Bye.